Hey, listen, I think our founding fathers would be rolling over in their graves if they knew what this country had come to. There was supposed to be freedom of religion, freedom of association, and all that kind of stuff. But I most certainly assume that the founding fathers' original intent was that there was freedom of religion within the scope of Christianity. If they knew Hindus were going to be shitting on the beaches of Lake Michigan and Muslims were going to be blowing themselves up in America, and Jews were going to be controlling our Senate, our Congress, and our judiciary, then they certainly would have written a more strict code or a more strict Bill of Rights. I truly believe that if they knew what was happening now, they would be rolling over in their graves. And so with that being said, the intent of the Founding Fathers was to set up a government for the people, by the people, and made up of individuals from collectively from the community to represent the people. That's what a republic is. Of course, we are a democracy, but we are a democracy inside of a republic, right? So the republic sent to a common place to voice the opinion of the people. And we don't have that anymore for white people. We're challenged by every TV station, every mass media outlet, Jew-owned radio station, NPR, our own educational system, our own government, our own corporate structure for every corporation in America that's tied to Palantir, BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, any of these companies that have these DEI incentives, which, by the way, control 5/6 of the entire stock market at large and have a higher GDP, a gross domestic product, than most countries. These three companies are richer than most countries in the world, and they have such a valuable influence because they own so much percentage of each stock of each company. And they're saying we must outsource the white man, we must have diverse ethnic populations within our corporate structure, and it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, one, for us to stay any longer and linger in this situation as white people. When you look at these intentional communities popping up, like Return to the Land, the Appalachia Europa Society that's going on near Johnson City in Kingsport, Tennessee, you're seeing white people do what Hasidic Jews have done all over Rockland County, New York, New Jersey, in Brooklyn. They create these communities that are for them, by them, with governments that they've taken over that represent their needs. Well, we have to do that too. We have to create individual enclaves for whites only within this country where we can infiltrate, demand, and encourage the respect and participation of our politicians to the point that if they don't bow down to our demands, if they don't bow down to our commands, if they don't allow for our full participation, then we just simply replace them with people who we choose and we elect, which is basically democracy as it's supposed to be anyway. But we don't have that. We have crony capitalism democracy where all of our politicians and all of our voting systems are bought out, rigged, and then scammed up by the two-party election system, which is, of course, owned by Palantir. And while you, as the Americans, are sitting here trying to deal with all this, a man named Alex Karp is sitting at Palantir working for Peter Thiel, collecting every piece of information that you've ever put into an electronic device. So how much does your hand shake when you press the buttons on your phone? They're going to give a predictive analytics to how soon you're going to catch Parkinson's or Alzheimer's. How much do you look at pornography? What types of pornography do you look at? What are your preferences? What do you like to look at? And then how are you going to be controlled and dominated? And while certain people within the CIA and certain people within the NSA and the tech lords and Elon Musk and Palantir and Peter Thiel and Alex Karp are all coming up with these ideas on how they're going to integrate with AI to rule the world with AI as their side, which I believe is the mark of the beast to come, some of us are choosing to segregate away from the community of America at large and pursue our destiny as white people individually. And that's what I choose to do. That's what I think you should do. I think you should get in touch with an intentional community. If you don't know what that is, I think you should look up Return to the Land. I think that you have no other option at this point. AI is moving forward so fast, and you say to yourself, well, what if I don't go to college? What if I don't learn a skill? listen, there's no skill that you can learn that AI is not going to try to replace anyway. And these corporate bastards who own these corporate companies, who are always looking to shave the final dollar off the bottom line, as soon as some robot can do what you do better than you do, they're not going to keep you around anyway. So why not return you and your family to a community where you can grow your own food, where you can exchange your own currency, where you can live interpersonally and create connections and relationships with people who are going to love you, who are going to like you, who your children are going to have friends for life. For me, it's a no-brainer. It's an absolute no-brainer.